schedule ahead of her despite a busy start to 2019 for the mum-to-be, who is expecting a baby in spring, sparking speculation the hard-working Duchess may have little or no maternity leave. The Duchess of Sussex has already had a busy start to the year after she announced her royal patronages, hired a new deputy communications secretary and made various official appearances both on her own and with Prince Harry. The Duchess recently announced she will become a patron to four charities: the National Theatre, the Association of Commonwealth Universities, Mayhew, and Smart Works. The royal has already visited animal charity Mayhew and Smart Works, a charity that helps vulnerable and long-term unemployed women regain the skills and confidence to get into work, and animal charity Mayhew as part of her working portfolio. And despite being due to give birth in spring, Meghan has yet another hectic week ahead. One Twitter user wrote, "I bet as soon as she delivers the bomb, she will be back to work." The Duchess of Sussex will make her first visit as patron to the National Theatre on Wednesday, January 30th. This is one of two roles handed to the Duchess by Queen Elizabeth. The other is the Association of Commonwealth Universities. Meghan has big shoes to fill, as Her Majesty has held the roles for 45 and 33 years. But the Duchess should feel at home at the National Theatre given her acting background. The former Suits star will join a workshop with members of the Pericles Company, a pioneering and original training and work project for young people and adults with special learning needs and/or mental health problems. She will then explore the organization's work, and meet some of the talented teams and apprentices working behind the scenes. Meghan will also watch a presentation inspired by War Horse performed by children working with the National Theatre's primary school program. The mum-to-be will then visit her final patronage on Thursday 31. She will attend an engagement with the Association of Commonwealth Universities at City, University of London, one of the ECU's 500 university members, where she will meet students from the Commonwealth studying in the UK. Meghan will then end the week with Prince Harry, as the pair visit Bristol on February 1. They will meet members of the public before visiting the Bristol Old Vic, which was built in 1766 as a place where the people of Bristol could come together. Meghan and Harry will have a tour of the renovated facility and learn about the theatre's history and links to the community. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will also partake in a workshop attended by local school children, which is part of Bristol Old Vic's outreach program. With royal banquets, meeting world leaders and supporting numerous charities, life in the spotlight for Kate Middleton and Prince William can be extremely hectic. But the couple's family life at Kensington Palace runs like clockwork thanks to arguably the most famous nanny in the country, the Mary Poppins-esque Maria Bartiromo. And with her strict childcare regimen and training in self-defense and evasive driving, she's not a woman to be messed with. Since the arrival of the third HRH into the Cambridge household, 8-month-old Prince Louis, the elite nanny, certainly has had her hands full in apartment 1A. Madrid-born Maria was trained at the prestigious Norland College in Bath, which has educated over 10,000 nannies since it launched in 1892, for high-profile families from Arab royalty to Hollywood stars. Norland expert Louise Heron, and author of Nanny in a Book, told The Sun that Prince George, 5, and Princess Charlotte, 2, will have a no-nonsense upbringing in the palace. Bedtime takes place at 7 p.m. New foods and flavors are introduced every few days and playtime takes place outside, come rain or shine. Louise said, "There will be no messing. That's because Maria will be aware that as they step off planes, holding Mum's hands, smiling and waving to the crowds, there can't be any crying or terrible twos or tantrums. Maria may look formidable with her brown uniform that comes complete with a bowler hat and white gloves, but getting mocky outside with the kids is a key part of the Norland ethos." Louise said, "There will be lots and lots of outdoor play, that's the one thing you could say Norland are old-fashioned about. Loads of fresh air. Lots of bike rides, playing with their dogs, potentially some gardening. Norland are very into teaching children through play. Yes, You are getting mucky with your hands in the soil, but you are learning how to plant. If it is tipping it down, they will still go out. Wet weather is just appropriate clothing, you have to put the right stuff on. It doesn't have to be strict. Just because Norland nannies wear the brown uniform, they look quite old-fashioned, that doesn't mean their message is old-fashioned. It's no nonsense. Naughty steps are banned and are not part of the Norland nanny experience, and sticker charts are part of their arsenal, depending on the child. The royal children will not be picky about meals, as you don't have a fussy eater if you have an Norland nanny from birth. Inside the palace, Princess Charlotte and Prince George will busy themselves with jigsaws and games that teach children through play. Screen time on iPads will be limited, and it will be down to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge as to how long they can play on devices. Maria will prep the youngsters ahead of all royal engagements, so they are aware of what is going on, and what they are expected to do. Louise explained, she'll say, "This is your opportunity to show Mommy and Daddy just how wonderful you are, and you are to smile and be really good for them, and then we can go inside and play." Prince George, 5, and Princess Charlotte, 3, often have to travel with their famous parents and attend a number of high-profile events. And Maria will ensure they are fully alert and ready to go with smiles when they are out in public. Louise said, Maria will know their schedule. She will be doing a lot of explaining to them what is happening. If the children have traveled on royal engagements, it will be jolly difficult getting the kids to bed because of the excitement and the timetable of events. When you see William and Kate go off to a function and the children aren't with them, they will be having nap time. Maria's role at the palace will be seen as a member of the family, rather than a member of staff, and Louise says she imagines her and Kate have a close relationship. She said, "I imagine she's quite chummy with Catherine." When you see pictures of Catherine with the 3 children, she's very hands-on, and yet you don't have a nanny if you are doing it all yourself. So that partnership between them, partnership rather than member of staff, will be the case there. When Kate is off doing public appearances, it will be down to Maria to ensure the kids are washed, dressed and had breakfast in the morning before they go to school and nursery. It is thought that Maria, who speaks 6 languages, including French and Spanish, will talk to the children in all of these during their time together. Becoming an Norland nanny takes up to 3 years at their training college, and it can cost from $50,000 to hire one for your family. This fee can rise to over $140,000 for overseas care, and Maria, who lives at Kensington Palace, will often be required around the clock on the busy royal schedule. The training program goes above and beyond what you'd imagine a typical nanny to do. It includes skid pan training and an evasive driving course, and even involves self-defense classes. Louise said, "These are not to fend off attackers after the children. They wouldn't be put in that situation. You would never be in a position where you are driving high-profile children. It's about enhancing driving confidence when you have someone else's precious children in the car. It's not about evading terrorists." For nannies that do find themselves in families that require bodyguards, Norland can provide courses to help boost the confidence of the girls. Louise explained, the college will introduce them to the courses who could help with these families. "I had one nanny who worked for a family in Russia. She felt like she needed city awareness training and felt vulnerable. There are specialist teams for that." Maria will also be equipped to deal with numerous everyday skills too. These include making a nappy from a piece of muslin to packing the children's holiday bags to make sure the toothbrush, teddy and pajamas are on top of bags to make bedtime easier at the other end. The total cost of the Norland uniform is approximately $1,800, which should cover the 3 years of training at Norland. Shoes must be plain brown, leather, not suede or nubuck, flat lace-ups. In summer, nannies wear light tights and white gloves. In winter, they switch to dark tights, brown gloves and coat. The practical uniform consists of dark blue trousers and jumper and a lighter blue polo shirt. Fingernails must be short, clean and without nail polish. Hair is to be cut or clipped, tied back off the collar in a bun and out of your eyes. Meghan Markle's baby is due in the British spring, March, May, and royal fans are speculating if she'll get a nanny of her own. Louise said, "Personally I think she'd make the right decision to have a Norland nanny. Having seen what Catherine has been through having 3 children and the expectation of her by the public, she would do well to choose one. You have a Norland nanny behind you, the children's day will be so full of activities and things to do, they won't miss you. When you come through the door they will run at you and say, 'Guess what I've done today?' I don't care you've met some world dignitary, listen to what I've done." The paparazzi won't catch Catherine looking distracted because she doesn't need to be thinking about the welfare of their children because they are